Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to the APL Apollo Tubes Q3FY23 conference call hosted by Asian Market Securities Limited. This conference call may contain forward-looking statements about the company which are based on the beliefs, opinions and expectations of the company as on date of this call. These statements are not the guarantees of future performance and include risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. Actual results may differ from such expectations, projections, etc., whether expressed or implied. Participants are requested to exercise caution while referring to such statements and remarks. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star and then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Suraj Sonalkar, Asian Market Securities. Thank you, and over to you. It appears the line for Mr. Suraj has been disconnected. Mr. Urmik, would you like to take the handover?
Yeah. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for joining the call. The management is represented by Mr. Sanjay Gupta, CMD, Mr. Deepak Goel, CFO, CEO Mr. Arun Agarwal, and Anubhav Gupta, Chief Strategy Officer. Thanks, management team, for giving us the opportunity to host the call. After opening remarks by management, we shall have Q&A. Please take over, sir.
Thanks, Urmik. Thanks, Asian Market Securities, for hosting us. And thanks to all the participants who have joined on our Q3FY23 earnings call. I welcome you all. I'm very glad to share that APL Apollo Tubes has reported highest ever quarterly sales volume, EBITDA and net profit in last quarter, Q3FY23. At the same time, I'm also glad to share that we are testing our peak capacity now consistently by doing monthly volume of above 220,000 tons per month. Hence, we are in process of expanding some capacity in our existing plants through debottlenecking, apart from all the expansion which is happening in Raipur and Dubai and Calcutta. So we have further expanded our expansion plans beyond 4 million tons, which we will talk going forward. Coming to some of the highlights in the last quarter, number one is the Raipur update. All three complexes are now fully operational. We can tell you that 1 million ton of Raipur capacity is on stream now, and the current run rate is 30% utilization as per current month rate. Last year we did 46,000 ton, which was around 25% utilization rate. You must have seen that the Q3 EBITDA per ton in Raipur was around 3,000 per ton with 25% utilization. So as the utilization levels inch up further, the margin spreads will inch to the expected levels beyond 5,000 rupees per ton. In terms of product launch from Raipur, we launched two products. One is 500 square in the heavy structural segment, and second is coated products for the roofing application. Now that Raipur plant is coming on stream, we are becoming equally aggressive in the market creation for these products, because these are highly innovative and being launched for the first time in India or globally. So coming to the heavy structural side, we have now some more reputed projects where the work has started on tubular construction, which is in line with our aggressive plans to create market for our heavy structural tubes. In yesterday budget, there were two segments where government was quite aggressive in terms of increased allocation for funds, which are railways and water infrastructure. Again, I can tell you that we had already identified these segments earlier, and we were focusing on these segments, both railways and water infrastructure, for the last 6 months. And today we have got 10 railway stations where our design team is working to convert the design on tubes for 10 upcoming railway stations out of 25-30 railway stations which have been awarded, and there are 100 more which are coming over the next 2 to 3 years. In the water infrastructure segment, we have successfully demonstrated a sample of a tubular structure in Uttar Pradesh, where almost 200,000 liters of water over a tank storage on a 20-meter height staging has been demonstrated. So if the government approves that, it could throw a huge opportunity for our heavy structural segment. The third update I want to give you is the super value-added products, where we are again focusing very aggressively. We are always inspired by our global peers who make EBITDA of 16,000 rupees per ton outside India versus APL Apollo's current EBITDA of 4,500 to 5,000 rupees per ton. So we always aspire to achieve higher spreads. And to achieve this, we are now focusing to increase sale of super value-added products in our portfolio, which can fetch us the net selling realization of 80,000 rupees per ton with EBITDA margin of 20% plus. So this implies EBITDA spread of 18 to 20,000 rupees per ton on some of the products. Of course, Raipur products are capable of producing these spreads, and also within APL Apollo, where we have monopoly in the structural and mechanical side, we are trying to promote such products. And I can tell you that in January, the momentum was pretty good for such products. The fourth update I want to highlight is our partnership with the Shankara Building. Our association with Shankara continues to yield greater results for the group. Our sales volume through Shankara channel is up 170% YOY in the first 9 months of FY23. And now that the Raipur products are coming online, we are now more confident that Shankara will become our stronger partner to promote and to push our value-added products through its platform. Coming to the quarterly results updates, one concern investors had shown last quarter when our EBITDA spreads were below 4,000 rupees per ton. We were pretty sure that we will bounce back sharply in Q3, and we did that with the EBITDA spread of 4,500 in the third quarter. This was on the back of two reasons. One was, of course, the channel destocking stop after the global commodity prices stabilized from month of September, October. And of course, the Raipur plant, which had negative operating leverage in Q2, now it turned into positive operating leverage with 3,000 rupees per ton EBITDA. So going forward with Raipur plant ramping up, the EBITDA spreads should improve further versus what we are seeing in Q3. Coming to operating cash flow, the performance remains strong with 6 billion INR of operating cash flow, which was equivalent to 85% of 9 months EBITDA. The working capital remained in single digit. Now it's been the 11th quarter where we have been able to maintain our working capital in single digits, and now this has become the practice for us, which remains best in the building material sector. Out of the operating cash flow of 6 billion INR, we spent 5 billion on capex, and rest 1 billion was spent on dividend payments and investment in Shankara. So free cash flow was still negative, but going forward with Raipur capex coming to end, we will have a good amount of free cash flow generation, which will make our debt zero, and there will be cash surplus on the balance sheet. Our 9 months ROC was 29%, which is slightly lower than FY22, but this was because of investment of 8 billion INR, which is sitting in books for the Raipur, which is yet to yield results. So if we exclude Raipur, our ROC is above 37%. So we are We are confident that we will be hitting 35% ROC as the Raipur plant ramps up over the next 1 to 2 years. Coming on the guidance and future plans, we maintain our FY23 sales volume of above 2.2 million tons with 4 million ton hitting in FY25. The capacity, however, should be around 4.5 to 5 million ton by FY24, which will be coming from Dubai, Calcutta, debottlenecking at existing APL plants, and Raipur becoming fully operationalized. So, and any capex which should be there of around 5 to 6 billion INR, this will be fully funded from internal cash flows. So, this gives us volume visibility beyond FY25, wherein we'll be hitting 5 million ton sales volume by FY26. So that's it from our side, and we'll be happy to take questions. Thank you so much.
Do we begin the QA session, sir?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Participants who wish to ask a question may press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. We have the first question on the line of Garvit Goyal from Invest Research. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Am I audible? Right. Okay. So basically, in yesterday's budget, you also mentioned that a lot of emphasis on the infra side. So basically, I wish to know your view how APL Apollo as a company is going to be benefited out of this increased capital outlay along with the new airports and the air connectivity and stuff. So how do you think your entire product basket or the new value-added products that you are bringing in specifically that will cater to these CapEx plans, sir?
So if you look at the current sales mix of APL Apollo, right, 50% of sales come from the residential segment, 25% comes from the commercial/institutional segment, and 25% comes from the infrastructure segment, right, which is airports and railway stations, bullet trains, metro stations, etc. Right. So if we decode yesterday's budget, right, there was a lot of impetus on transportation infrastructure, right, which includes roadways and railways. Now in railways, we have high-speed railways, bullet trains, where our tubes are used anyways, right? But now what we are trying to do is we are trying to increase the application in infrastructure by converting the structural design on tubes. So I did mention about railway stations, right? The Indian government has awarded around 50 railway stations in the last 1 year, okay, at different cities, and 100 more yet to come. So right now we have already approached the contractors and the architects who got those railway stations, and today we are designing almost 10 to 15 railway stations, right? And we are able to demonstrate, we are able to prove that by using tubular construction, they can reduce the time and they can also reduce some costs, right? So one railway station we should start in next 2 to 3 months, and basis that there will be like new orders coming from different contractors doing railway stations. In airports, I mean, you look at any new airport which has come up in last 5 years, any tube which you see, Apollo will be at least 60-70% of that market share. Right, any new airport comes, all the roofings, all the ceilings are all on tubular truss. So Apollo has been supplying material, whether it is Bangalore, Hyderabad, Delhi, any new airport which has come up in last 5 years. Then another focus area was water infrastructure, right? So a lot of government, state governments are focusing on sanitation and drinking water distribution. For that, they require water tanks of up to 2 lakh to 3 lakh liter at a height of 20-25 meter staging. So this requires very strong structure, right? RCC, which is conventionally used, it takes around 4 to 5 months, okay, for creating a structure, versus like what we could demonstrate in Uttar Pradesh last month was a 3-day job, right? It's a prefabricated tubular structure which comes on site, and by using 10 people, 10 laborers, you can erect a structure in 3 days. Right. So we have already shown some photographs on our Twitter account. I'll request you to visit that. So all this impetus on infrastructure is going to help APL Apollo in long term. And given that 25-30% of our portfolio right now is coming directly from infrastructure, so we are pretty bullish on what Indian government has been doing so far and what it intends to do over the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay, that was very much deep. So secondly, sir, basically from the Raipur products you are entering into, and one slide was included in your presentation that was hinting about the realizations at global level, and you also mentioned in your speech about that. So how do you think this Raipur facility, means basically I want to get a overview picture, means how you think the overall realizations likely to increase or likely to shape up in next 2-3 years on account of these super value added products you mentioned, sir?
So see, I mean, if you look at our product portfolio again, right, there are like 3 segments which are like value added for us. One is heavy structural, where we make EBITDA of 7,000, 7,500 per ton consistently. Second segment is Apollo Z, which is pre-galvanized tubes. There also we make EBITDA spread of 6,000, 7,000 per ton consistently. Now Raipur products are extension of these products, right? So heavy structure, what we are doing currently is 300 square, right? Now 300 square gives us 7,000 per ton, and just imagine 5,000 square which is coming from Raipur. It's the only product available in India, third mill globally, right? So the EBITDA spread has to be higher than 7,000 per ton what we are making today. Right, and it's for more high-rise, more complex structures, right? So there we can command better premiums. Now, second is Apollo Z, which is like zinc-coated tubes, right? Now in Raipur, we are coming up with products like which are combination of zinc and aluminium. We call them Alu-Zinc, right? So it's again a premium product, more premium product than Apollo Z. In Apollo Z, we are making 7,000 per ton spread. So in Alu-Zinc, we have to make superior margins, right? So again, I mean, being done for the first time in the world, not only in India. So we already have a strong foundation of product portfolio where we are making 7,000 per ton EBITDA spreads consistently, and with more innovation, right, and monopolistic products, the EBITDA spread should be higher. So that's what we say, that I mean, we should also have some products in the portfolio which should give us like 15-20% EBITDA margin, 15,000 per ton EBITDA spread.
Okay. And sir, you mentioned these 7,000, 6,000 EBITDA per ton. Just for clarification, these are for these super value added products.
6,000-7,000 we are already making. You have the table in our presentation where there are these products where we have been making such margins for last 4-5 years now.
And will you tell me please what will be the product mix, or what is the share of total revenue of these products, sir?
So right now the value-added products contribute around 65% to our portfolio, right, and 35% are general. With the super value add coming up, the general products will go down to 25-30%.
25-30%. Okay, that's all from my side. So thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Rahul Agarwal from InCred Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi, thank you and good evening. Good to see some recovery in the overall and Raipur margins. I had 3 questions. Firstly, on the raw material to Sanjay ji. So APL, in my sense, is already the largest customer of HRC in India. and now you would need another 1.5 million ton for Raipur. Any thoughts on this in terms of discussion with suppliers? Could there be a problem in sourcing HRC enough, or is this question irrelevant? That's the first question.
Good evening, Rahul. Rahul, we have already tied up of almost 2.5 million ton with our steel plants. Now I think next year we are targeting for a volume of 3 million ton. So we need 20-25% more material. I don't think this is a big issue because a lot of capacity is coming in India in the next few quarters. Like one line is coming of 5 million ton in JSPL. One line is coming in 5 million ton in Bellary with JSW. And NMDC is also going to start with a capacity of 3 million ton. And Tata Steel is also increasing a capacity of 2 million ton. SR is also, AMNS is also increasing their capacity by 2 million ton. So I think almost a 20 million ton capacity is coming against today. Right now, today capacity is 50 million ton in 1 year time in the next 3-4 quarters. So I don't think raw material supply is an issue for us.
Got it, sir. Sir, secondly, on the Raipur, just two questions there. Ramp up of that volume for fourth quarter and next year, could you help some direction? And when does the balance 500,000 ton comes on stream?
Yeah, next year we are targeting for Raipur for almost 0.6 million ton. For Q4 we are targeting more than 1 lakh ton. And we are targeting from APL, we are targeting 2.4 million ton from APL and 0.6 million ton from Raipur and maybe 0.1 million ton from Dubai and 0.1 million ton from Calcutta. Total we are targeting, our business plan of next year is 3.2 million ton.
Got it, sir. Anubhav, when does the 500,000 ton balance start at Raipur?
Next year, Rahul.
FY25.
Okay.
Capacity already started, Rahul, but the problem is that this is all new type of products and we are taking very good margins. So we don't want to spoil the margin because if you see our track record, up to Corona, we are only forcing for the volume. Every year we are taking growth 30-40%. After Corona, we are conservative. For last 2 years, you see our growth is almost zero, but our EBITDA margin go almost double. Now, next 1 year, this year we are 100% focusing on our growth of volume. Like we likely to close at 2.3 million ton this year against 1.6 or 1.7 million ton last year. So this year our focus on growth. Now next year again we came back onto the margin. So when you go for the growth, so you have to sacrifice the margin. When you आपको growth उतना matter नहीं करता है, तो you can manage your margin. तो हमारा अब next year वापस margin पर focus आएगा कि how can we increase our margin from 5,000 to 6,000 rupees per ton.
Got it, sir. And lastly, on the general structures, the profitability, the margins there have been very volatile. Where does this number settle down? ये इसको कहाँ पे देखना चाहिए, sir?
ये राहुल भाई 2 से 3,000 रुपए टन के बीच में घूमता रहेगा because this margin is depend on the secondary market. Like December, January is good, अच्छा था हमारा margin इसमें. फरवरी लाइक अब वापस HRC क्वाल प्राइस आर गोइंग टू अब तो मे भी इसमें फिर मार्जिन वापस प्रेशर में आ जाएगा तो हम इस पर ज्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगा रहे हैं. दिस इज आवर जस्ट ए वॉल्यूम, मैं कहते हैं वॉल्यूम पोर्टफोलियो है तो हम इस पर ज्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगा रहे हैं. वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन आवर लाइक राइट नाउ वी हैव ऑलमोस्ट ऑर्डर बुक ऑफ 500 मिल पे हमारे पास 3,000 टन का ऑर्डर बुक हो चुका है. जबकि अभी वी हैव टू आईएस भी नहीं मिला है हमको. आईएस मिलने में भी हमको सैंपल सबने भेजा है. So I think this take 15-20 days to हमको आईएस मिलने में. तो इसमें हमारा EBITDA मार्जिन ऑलमोस्ट 20,000 रुपीज पर टन के आसपास है. फिर हमने जो कलर लूफिंग चालू किया उसमें हमारा EBITDA मार्जिन 15,000 रुपीज के आसपास है. हमने कुछ सोलर्स के प्रोडक्ट चालू किए उसमें हमारा EBITDA मार्जिन 12,000 रुपीज पर टन के आसपास में है. तो हमारा सारा फोकस अब उस साइड पे है क्योंकि जो रायपुर में हम 2 साल से हम कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे थे तो अब रायपुर प्लांट चालू हो चुका है हमारा. So our total focus is how do we take the Raipur margin from 3,000-4,000 to 7,000-8,000 rupees per ton.
Thank you so much for answering my question, sir. Best wishes for 2023.
Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you. We have the next question on the line of Sujit Jain from ASK Investments. Please go ahead. Sujit, can you hear us?
Sorry. What would be the fixed cost in Raipur plant? And when you say 25% utilization, what kind of capacity has come on stream? Because then that back calculation leads us to 8 lakh ton capacity that would have been operational.
Sujit, the Raipur fixed cost is almost close to 5 crore rupees per month.
Okay. So 60 crores per annum. Okay.
Yeah.
So when we say that, we did 46,000 ton in Q3, right, and EBITDA spread was around 3,000 per ton. So on a capacity of 1 million ton, right? So that's around 25% utilization, and those rates are already going up month on month. And for Q4, we expect around 100,000 ton, so which will be 40% utilization rate. Right. So the EBITDA spread should be further inching up from 3,000 per ton to above 4,000 per ton levels.
Right. And you just spoke about these 3 new lines. These will be your super value added product lines. So Raipur would be super value added, the 3 divisions basically, right?
Yes. And plus there are some products what we identified from existing Apollo portfolio. Right, where we see that if we are able to create market and incentivize our distributors, right, there we could get extra margin.
So just to understand, anything above 2,000 is value added, and then what threshold when it crosses, you call it?
15,000 per ton is no. So general is 2,000. Okay, value add is 4,000, and super value add is 15,000 per ton basis.
Okay. And Sanjay, you just spoke about Division 1, I mean, the 2 new divisions in Raipur. The residential, basically the wider and thinner sheets. There one can expect close to 12,000 rupees per ton kind of OP. And solar ducting, etc., 15,000 rupees per ton, right?
Yeah, we are targeting around some of products. Sujit, some of our project is close to 15,000 rupees per ton. Some of our product is close to 12,000. Some is 7,000-8,000. Some is 4,000-5,000 rupees ton. We are not manufacturing anything less than 4,000 rupees ton, less than in the Raipur plant. So I think we can achieve with an average of 8,000, about 8,000 rupees per ton in Raipur plant.
So just what happens is that within the roofing sheet segment, right, there are multiple SKUs, right? There are multiple colors, there are multiple sizes. In some sizes, we may get 12,000-13,000 per ton. In some sizes, we may get 6,000-7,000 per ton. So on an average, Raipur, the target is to hit above 7,000 per ton.
Right. And the capex that you spoke about for moving from 4 to 4.5 million tons in FY24 in terms of capacity, how much capacity will come in Dubai and how much would be in Kolkata?
Sujit, right now the APL is our aiming is APL for 3.2 million ton, and after 100% when we finish our bottlenecking of the plants, and 1.2 for Raipur ABPL, 0.3 million ton for Dubai, and 0.3 million ton for Calcutta.
Right. And so to sell roughly 3 lakh tons of higher dia, which is the third line or third division in Raipur, how much square footage in terms of construction that is needed to be basically tapped into?
Raipur total, our construction area is almost close to 20 lakh square foot.
No, he's asking
3 lakh ton tube में कितना
building, what square footage of building is it? Right. So Sujit, the math says around 6 kg per square foot, right? To sell 300,000 ton, we will need 180 million square foot, to be built, which equals around 150 buildings, of 500,000 square foot each.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Madhav Marda from Fidelity. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir, good evening. Thank you so much for your time once again. Just wanted to understand, given that, it's good to see that we are announcing more debottlenecking at our existing facility. So is it that we are seeing more of our new applications such as this water tanks becoming a new end market for us, which is helping us expand capacity at existing locations? Or are we gaining share from competitors? What is helping us sort of, giving that possibility to add more capacity, which is obviously good to see?
So I think, Madhav, it is a mix of both, right? So one is that, yes, we are gaining market share. Secondary market scenario is also favorable for primary, right? Then we are deepening our distribution system, right? Our products like chalk-huts and planks, these sales are going up as those products were launched just before COVID, and for 1 to 2 years we were not able to market those products as per the aggressive plan. But now the markets have opened up, so a lot of promotional activities have started, right? And then, yes, new applications where we are again working very hard to replace structural steel tubes, right, against wooden structures, against angles and channels, right, against rebars, against concrete.
Yes.
So all these factors are playing role here, right? And the reason that why the 9-month sales have been so strong, and we have been hitting 220,000 ton of monthly volume. So yes, I mean, now it's the time we believe that whatever we can squeeze in our existing assets, right, through debottlenecking, etc. We think that 3.2 million ton from 2.6 million ton at 10 plants, right? We have got 46 mills, right? So this much of debottlenecking is possible.
Understood. And our EBITDA per ton outlook for FY24-25 stays in that roughly 5,000 rupee range as Raipur kicks in. Is that, or how should we think about margins going ahead?
Yeah, so see, I mean, for first 9 months we are at around 4,200, right? Next year our target is 5,000 rupees per ton. Like we said that next year the focus will be on margin recovery, and if assuming that Raipur is able to deliver 6,000-8,000 rupees per ton, right, almost 1 million ton of sales will be coming from there, and incremental sales through debottlenecking capacity, right? So that will also be more margin accretive. So I guess as a group we want our EBITDA spread to hit 6,000 per ton. Now this happens in FY25, FY26. I mean, difficult to say. But I mean, 5,000 per ton is minimum, we will be doing with all the sales volume targets what we highlighted.
Got it. And just last question from my side, our capex outlook for FY24, have we already got the budget in place? How much will we be spending for capex?
For 5 million ton capacity, we need another around 400 crore rupees of capex.
Wow, that's it. That's all the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that should be equal to our 30% of this year EBITDA, 9 months, 40% of 9 months EBITDA.
So this is obviously because it's debottlenecking, so we don't need to invest too much to expand capacity.
Yes, because there is only 2 plants, new plants, Dubai and Calcutta. Otherwise, all the debottlenecking we are going to do.
Understood. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question on the line of Akshay from Canara Robeco Mutual Fund. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. So thank you for the opportunity. So I just wanted to understand this EBITDA per ton movement. So if I see Q2 FY23, so EBITDA per ton was around 380.
Akshay, your audio is a bit low. If you could kindly go off the speakerphone and come closer to the mic.
Hello?
Yeah, this is better.
Yeah, so if I see the EBITDA per ton in Q2 was 3850, and then in the presentation you had mentioned that 300 rupees was because of the adverse product mix, 100 rupees was the Raipur hit, and then 300 rupees were the incremental sweetness that you had to pass it on to the channel. So in Q3, if I assume that 300 rupees of sweetness that we had to pass, that was out, and even we were turning profitable in Raipur, so that was around 400 rupees. So 3800 plus 400, that is 4200. But at least the product mix sequentially has not improved that much. So then what explains that incremental 300 rupees EBITDA that the company has done in this third Q?
So that incremental 250, 300 is the demand pull, right? When the channel started restocking, right, and there is good demand scenario, and Apollo being the largest player, right? So there is some short supply in the market. Then you try to increase the pricing, right? And that also explains the dominant power of APL Apollo being the market leader. That when market trends are favorable, we can command premium. So that 250 rupees per ton of effect was due to favorable market conditions.
Okay.
And that was across products, right? That was across products.
Okay. And how do you see the demand shaping in Q4? I mean, do we... Hello?
Q4 we are targeting almost close to 7 lakh ton of volume.
Okay, sir.
So already we have done in month of January 2.5 lakh ton.
Okay. So yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Lavanya T from UBS. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So I just wanted to understand this, the new opportunities like the water infrastructure and all. For all of these products, the design is being done by APL or the contractors or the subcontractors are increasing their ability in this space?
So again, it could be either of the ways, right? So one is that obviously Apollo takes the initiative, right? No contractor will be willing to spend time and energy on designing anything on something new, right? So APL Apollo design team takes the initiative, right? Where we offer the design for free of cost to the contractors, and if they feel that yes there is a saving, then they go ahead. Second is that we may help the consultants of contractors or their design team, in-house design teams, wherein our team goes and sits with them, and then we can jointly design it, right? So it could be either of the ways, but initiative is always taken by APL Apollo.
Okay, got it. So I just wanted to check this because if the contractors inbuilt, they start building this ability, that would be much more helpful for APL to serve more number of buildings. Like just you have highlighted, like our target, we need 150 buildings of 0.5 square foot. So I just wanted to check that on. I just missed your point on 18,000 to 20,000, the super valued products. What is the share that you are looking at of these products in next, like FY24-25?
At least 10%.
Okay. Oh, so these are largely the products which are being served from Raipur and few in the existing portfolio of APL.
So out of 4 million in FY25, yes, at least 500,000 tons should be coming.
Okay.
Upward of 18,000 per ton, yes.
Got it. Thank you so much for the opportunity. All the best.
Thank you. We have the next question on the line of Anupam Gupta from IIFL Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. I have a few questions. Firstly, on this quarter, we see that the realizations per se are up close to about 5,500-6,000 per ton, whereas obviously the HRC prices were down Q1 on an average basis. So what drove this higher realizations for us?
So Anupam, so one is that yes, NSR is up 5,000 per ton, but if you look at the raw material price also, for us it was 62,000 per ton versus 57,000 per ton. So even raw material price for us is up by 5,000 rupees per ton.
So I understand that, but what drove that difference? Because otherwise, if you see HRC price on an average were down during the quarter versus the previous quarter.
If you look at the average, right, you can't take from like 31st October to 31st December, right? That's not the right criteria. You need to take the average, right? Steel companies, they lower their prices, right? On month-wise basis. So the average, the average buying or average selling is what you see in our numbers.
Okay.
And that would be for the steel companies also, the NSR.
Actually, steel companies have reported a decline in NSR except one company, but broadly, yeah. So that's why the difference was. That's why the question was coming. That average JSW or Tata have reported a decline for their NSR.
But they have a lot of product mix. उनका जो ये decline हुआ था वो mainly in downstream products हुआ था, galvanized sheets and color sheets में. HRC में उतना price decline नहीं हुआ था. उनका आप देखोगे तो downstream में उनको ज़्यादा hit हुआ था.
Okay, understand, sir. Second question is on the capacity जो आपने बोले. You said Raipur would be 1.2 million ton, whereas if I recall right, Raipur was supposed to be 1.5 million ton. So why is it now 1.2?
हम जब कैपेसिटी अपना बोलते हैं, हम कैपेसिटी वो बोलते हैं जो हम यूटिलाइज कर सकें. अगर ऐसे आप अगर मेरे को मार्केट फेवरेबल मिल जाए तो आप ओवरऑल पूरा अपोलो का कैपेसिटी 25% से 30% से ऊपर और बढ़ा सकते हो. मतलब 1.5 मिलियन टन, मेरा कैपेसिटी 5 मिलियन टन से 6.5 हो जाएगा. बट मैं कभी वो कैपेसिटी नहीं बोलता हूँ जो मैं यूटिलाइज नहीं कर सकता. मैं हमेशा कैपेसिटी को वैसे ही रैंकिंग करता हूँ कि जो जिसके ऊपर मैं काम करता हूँ. लाइक हमारा एक लाइन एवरेज 8,000 टन भी माल बनाता है और ये 4,000 टन भी मटेरियल बनाता है. बट उसको अगर साइज मिक्स उसको प्रेफरेबल मिल जाए तो माई ऑल द लाइन्स कैन गो अप टू 6,000 मिनिमम. तो हम जैसे जैसे रायपुर को देख रहे हैं कि भाई हमको कितना मार्केट शेयर मिल सकता है, कितना हम काम कर सकते हैं, उसके हिसाब से वी आर कमिटिंग की आवर कैपेसिटी इज 1.2. अब मेरा 1.2 कहने का मतलब होता है कि हम रायपुर से 1.2 मिलियन टन प्रोड्यूस करेंगे. अगर मैं दूसरों को देखूंगा तो कभी भी उनका कैपेसिटी यूटिलाइजेशन 75% 70% से ऊपर नहीं होता है. मेरा कैपेसिटी यूटिलाइजेशन हमेशा 100% के आसपास होता है. लाइक इफ यू से हम हमेशा कह रहे थे हमारा कैपेसिटी एपीएल का 2.6 मिलियन टन है. This month we have done APL in APL 2.6 की जगह में 2.25 किया है. 2.25 into 12 2.7 मिलियन टन के हिसाब से हमने जनवरी में रन रेट निकाला है. तो अगर हमको रायपुर का मार्केट मिल गया तो जो हमारी 500 स्क्वायर की मिल है जिसका भी हम रेकरिंग कैपेसिटी 15,000 टन मांग के चल रहे हैं, वो दिस मिल कैन प्रोड्यूस 25,000 टन 30,000 टन इजिली.
ओके, अंडरस्टैंड सर. और सेकंड थिंग, इसमें आपने बोला कि यू हैव 1 मिलियन टन इज व्हाट इज कमीशन्ड एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम एंड बैलेंस आपका FY25 में आएगा. इज दैट व्हाट आई हर्ड? इज दैट राइट?
हमारा रायपुर सारा कमीशन हो गया. सिर्फ एक हमारा नैरो ये गैल्वेलूम लाइन कमीशन होना रह गया. उसके अलावा हमारा रायपुर सारा कमीशन होकर स्टार्ट हो चुका है. अब कुछ जो गवर्नमेंट्स के IAS की ये फॉर्मेलिटीज होती है कि हमने सैंपल्स उनको बना के दिया है. अब स्लोली वे गेटिंग द ये सर्टिफिकेशन फ्रॉम द डिपार्टमेंट्स. तो हमारा प्लांट रैंप अप होता जाएगा. मैं आपको बार बार भी बोला कि मैं बहुत कंजर्वेटिव बात कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरे को रॉ मटेरियल्स भी देखना है कि मेरे पास रॉ मटेरियल का कितना अरेंजमेंट है. मेरे को EBITDA वाइज अपने रॉ मटेरियल को भी डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है क्योंकि आई थिंक सो कि फर्स्ट 6 मंथ्स रॉ मटेरियल का ये उतना ईजी अवेलेबिलिटी नहीं रहना चाहिए. तो हम उस हिसाब से अपना बिजनेस प्लान बना रहे हैं. नेक्स्ट सेकंड हाफ में तो रॉ मटेरियल बहुत इजी हो जाएगा. तो हमारा जो बिजनेस प्लान है फर्स्ट हाफ में हम क्लोज टू जाएंगे 1.6 मिलियन, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6 के आसपास। सेकेंड हाफ में मे भी हम 2 मिलियन टन भी कर सकते हैं, बट उसको अभी कमिट करना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है, तो क्योंकि मार्केट वॉलिटिलिटी इज टू हाई। मैंने एकदम से मार्केट सिनेरियो चेंज होता है तो हम बहुत कंजर्वेटिव बातें कर रहे हैं कि हम कि जो भी बातें करें उसको हम पूरा कर सके। लाइक हम आपने देखा होगा इस साल में हमने शुरू में 2.2 से 2.4 मिलियन टन बोला था, तो वी आर स्टिल टारगेटिंग कि हम 2.4 मिलियन टन को हिट कर दे। 2.3 तो हम पक्का है कि हम हिट कर ही देंगे।
ओके ओके, श्योर सर। और सर सेकंड एक और क्वेश्चन इसमें ये था कि ऑफ दैट 1.2 मिलियन टन आप जो बोल रहे हैं रायपुर में, उसमें what is the breakup between, let's say, the tubes, the sheets, and the other value added, the super value added products which you are saying in terms of volume?
और ट्यूब्स इसमें ऑलमोस्ट होगा 8 लाख टन के आसपास। थिकनेस फ्रॉम 0.23 to 40 mm थिकनेस, एंड 10 स्क्वायर to 1000 स्क्वायर डाया।
ओके।
And ये रूफिंग सीट्स एंड सोलार सीट्स एंड बला 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 जो अदर्स है वो 0.4 मिलियन टन होगा।
ओके ओके, अंडरस्टैंड। एंड सर वन क्वेश्चन, इफ यू लुक एट दिस क्वार्टर, आपके जनरल स्ट्रक्चर्स में यू हैव ऑलरेडी एक्सीडेड अ मिलियन टन्स ऑफ रन रेट। आपने 264 KT का वॉल्यूम किया जनरल स्ट्रक्चर्स में, विच इज ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल टू व्हाट योर कैपेसिटी है। सो वहां पे व्हाट इज द प्लान इंक्रीमेंटली? विल यू ऐड मोर कैपेसिटी इन जनरल स्ट्रक्चर्स और will you let go of that market share or not?
No, we are not going to increase the capacity in this sector. Now we are only focusing on the value added product. Right now हमने छोटे कुछ अपने मटेरियल्स को जॉब वर्क कराना शुरू किया है। अभी हमने एक यूनिट महाराष्ट्र में लिया है जॉब वर्क के लिए, ऑलमोस्ट 50,000 टन पर एनम के हिसाब से। जैसे जैसे रिक्वायरमेंट बढ़ेगी हम बाहर से जॉब वर्क कराएंगे। हम अपना फंड एलोकेशन फिक्स में इसके लिए नहीं करेंगे।
ओके, तो आइडियली द वे टू लुक एट इट इज कि आगे थोड़ा सा उस सेगमेंट में प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी शुड बी ऑन द लोअर साइड इवन दो यू विल नॉट लूज मार्केट शेयर।
नहीं, आई थिंक अब उसमें भी हम प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी अपना थोड़ा नेक्स्ट क्वार्टर से इंक्रीज करेंगे।
ओके ओके, अंडरस्टैंड। एंड जस्ट वन लास्ट क्वेश्चन सर, इफ यू कैन गिव द केपेक्स total planned for FY23, 24 and 25, the total absolute number?
For 5 million ton, I require 400 crore plus minus 5%.
So FY23,
if our EBITDA margins are good in this year, then maybe we go in 1 year for this capex. If slightly business is sluggish, then we go for 2-year capex plan for this. Depend on the cash flow.
तो बेसिकली आप बोल रहे हैं कि 4 मिलियन टन से 5 मिलियन टन जाने के लिए 400 करोड़ चाहिए।
4 मिलियन टन के भी थोड़ा पैसा लगना बाकी था। टोटल 400 करोड़ का चाहिए 5 मिलियन टन को अचीव करने के लिए।
अच्छा, ओके ओके ओके, ठीक है, अंडरस्टैंड सर, थैंक्स सर।
थैंक यू। We have the next question on the line of Pallavi Agarwal from Antique Stock Broking. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello. This is Pallav Agarwal. Yeah. My question was on, if I look at this quarter numbers, this purchase of stock in trade, an absolute number has gone up. So is this, I think, part of the job work that you were mentioning, you're probably getting the lower end products converted from outside and purchasing that?
नहीं, ये मतलब ये if you see the month of October and November, market is on the downward trend. Sales are very low. तो वहाँ पर जिस तरह वी हैव कमिटेड विथ ये स्टील प्लांट्स की हमको इतना मटेरियल लेना ही होगा, एंड व्हेन विद द लॉन्ग टर्म एसोसिएट हमको उनके प्रेशर में था, कभी ज्यादा माल भी उठाना पड़ जाता था। दैट टाइम वी एग्जिट द मटेरियल फ्रॉम थ्रू द ट्रेडिंग रूट। सब हमारा जो एक्सेस मटेरियल और अनवांटेड साइजेस था उसको हमने ट्रेडिंग रूट से निकाला था, जो इस क्वार्टर में वापस कंट्रोल हो जाएगा, बिकॉज ट्रेडिंग इज नॉट आवर पोर्टफोलियो।
ओके, सो ये जो आपका ट्रेडिंग वॉल्यूम है वो अपना जो 600,000 टन है उसमें इंक्लूडेड है या उसमें नहीं इंक्लूडेड? बिकॉज
उसमें हम ट्रेडिंग कभी इंक्लूड नहीं करते।
हाँ, तो नहीं, दैट्स व्हाई सर आपका ब्लेंडेड रियलाइजेशन इसलिए हायर लग रहा है क्योंकि वो वॉल्यूम में नहीं है बट रेवेन्यूज में आ रहा है। सो आई एम गेसिंग दैट्स व्हाई देयर इज अ डिस्कनेक्ट।
वैल्यू में आ रहा है,
रेवेन्यू में तो आएगा ना, सेल्स वैल्यू में तो आएगा
इसलिए अलग-अलग
नीचे आता है। एक कंजप्शन है, एक चीज है, तो आइटम नीचे सेपरेट आती है, ऊपर
उसको फिर अलग-अलग क्यों नहीं लिखते हो?
नहीं, वो अलाउड नहीं है एज पर इंडिया।
अच्छा, अलाउड नहीं है एज पर इंडेक्स। हाँ, तो मे बी
इसीलिए आपका रियलाइजेशन ज्यादा आ रहा है, बिकॉज वो ट्रेडिंग रेवेन्यू ऊपर आ रहा है बट वॉल्यूम में नहीं आ रहा है।
That's why its realization pattern is going.
हाँ एग्जैक्टली, वही डिस्कनेक्ट है, आपका बढ़ रहा है बाकी लोगों का कम हो रहा है, तो वो डिस्कनेक्ट है। सर दूसरा ये था, Yeah, I got it. So if you can just give us, अगर आप वो adjust करके सब कुछ आप add करते हैं, if you give us some idea of the traded volumes, then maybe the actual.
वो एक बार देना पड़ेगा सर देख के ना।
Pallav, we will come back to you on this.
Sure.
इसमें आपको निकाल के अलग से दे देंगे, ज्यादा नहीं होगा, बाहर 30,000 टन के आसपास होना चाहिए।
उतना ही आ रहा है सर, प्रॉब्ली अगर आप 100 crores को फिर डिवाइड बाय व्हाटएवर एवरेज।
मतलब नहीं याद है, बट जो मेरे को एक आइडिया है मोटा मोटी कि मैं 30,000 टन के आसपास होना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से।
ठीक है सर, दैट आई टेक ऑफलाइन। जस्ट आल्सो ऑन दिस कोटेड प्रोडक्ट्स का सो इफ आई लुक एट JSW स्टील कोटेड प्रोडक्ट्स का परफॉर्मेंस ओवर द, पहले तो बहुत अच्छा करता था मे बी अबाउट 6-7 quarters बैक, बट जब से स्टील प्राइसेस हैव बीन गोइंग डाउन दे हैव बीन टेकिंग अ लॉट ऑफ NRV losses, net inventory provision losses. So last 2-3 quarters they are actually reporting a loss. So I understand that's a totally different segment, and but so it's just little, if we hum log bhi ultimately go in the coated products, that is what our focus area is. So if you can just explain that why we are different compared to them, so that will help.
ऐसा स्टील प्लांट्स का देखो अपना एक सिस्टम्स होता है, वो अपने सिस्टम के साथ चलते हैं। जब उनको प्रेशर होता है तो वो मे बी वो एक्सपोर्ट रूट से सब रूट से भी सस्ता बंदा करके माल निकाल देते हैं। उनको तो मेनली HRC कॉइल पर उनका फोकस होता है कि उनका प्रॉफिट HRC कॉइल से हो जाए। हमारा ब्रेड एंड बटर तो सारा ट्यूब ही है। तो जब हमको लॉस तो पीछे सबको ही लग रहा था, बट हमको जब लॉस लग रहा था तो वी टेक ए स्टैंड कि हम लॉस में माल नहीं बेचेंगे, हम अपने रेट पे ही माल बेचेंगे, चाहे वी कंप्रोमाइज विद द वॉल्यूम। शुरू में आपने देखा होगा हमारा वॉल्यूम टूटा भी था, उसके बाद मार्केट ने एक्सेप्ट और हमारा कोई मार्केट में रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं था, इसलिए हमारा माल हमारे प्राइसेस पर बिकना शुरू हो गया, जिसका रिफ्लेक्शन Q4 में मे बी हमारे प्रॉफिट में भी आएगा कि Q4 में हमारा प्रॉफिट बढ़ना चाहिए अच्छा खासा।
Sure, sir. Sir, and also just, I mean, in the general structures, बोला आप outsourcing वगैरह करा रहे हो, so does it not make sense to probably maybe, acquire a smaller scrap-based, patra-based player to cater to that? क्योंकि आपका फिर, costing भी कम हो जाएगा, maybe the spreads over there can improve.
देखो आज अपोलो एक ब्रांड है, पीपल फेथ ऑन द ब्रांड अपोलो। आज कोई बच्चा भी घर से पाइप घर में कुछ लगाना तो सीधा बोलता है कि अपोलो का पाइप जाकर ले आओ। आप किसी भी फैब्रिकेटर पर चले जाओ तो फैब्रिकेटर कोड यू टू प्राइसेस, वन इज अपोलो गेट का प्राइस ये है, और सेकेंडरी ये बाकी सेकेंडरी और अलग ब्रांड्स है उसमें आ जाता है वो है। तो हमारा एक अपना एक गुडविल बन चुका है जो बहुत मेहनत से बनी है, ऑलमोस्ट कहते हैं ना 20 years एक्सरसाइज। So we can't go in the patra, and I don't believe in the patra material because the patra material is a for timing है। जब HRC कॉइल का आज अगर आप स्टील प्लांट्स का कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन देखो तो वो 42,000 रुपीज के आसपास में है, बट दे आर टेकिंग मोर EBITDA मार्जिन, सो उनका मटेरियल महंगा हो जाता है। बट इफ यू सी द पत्रा कॉस्टिंग, पत्रा इज क्लोज टू 52,000-53,000 रुपीज पर टन। तो जब पत्रा और HRC के कॉस्टिंग में 10,000 का फर्क है, तो दिस इज ए मैटर ऑफ टाइम कि पत्रा कितना दिन हिंदुस्तान में सरवाइव करता है। आई डोंट थिंक कि पत्रा इज गोइंग टू सरवाइव मोर देन 1 year और 6 months। लाइक लास्ट क्वार्टर में पत्रा एकदम खत्म था, हमारा वॉल्यूम जो ग्रोथ हो रहा है, हमने जनवरी में 2.55 लाख टन का काम किया है। तो इसलिए क्या कि हमारे पास हम काम तो 3 लाख टन का भी कर लेते, बट वी हैव नो रॉ मटेरियल। हमारे पास जितना रॉ मटेरियल चाहिए था हमने सारा बेच खाया। तो आई नॉट बिलीव इन द पत्रा मटेरियल, एंड दिस इज नॉट ए लॉन्ग टर्म बिजनेस, दिस इज ओनली वन ऑप्शुटिव बिजनेस। आज HRC कॉइल अगर ऊपर होगा तो पत्रा चलेगा, अगर HRC कॉइल नीचे आ जाएगा तो पत्रा खत्म हो जाएगा।
Sure, sir. Fair enough. So lastly, just on, I mean, ये जल जीवन मिशन में, is there like, our focus area is increasing over there because are some of the government tenders at very attractive margins, compared to normal distribution business?
बस किसी भी टेंडर बिजनेस में कभी कोई मार्जिन नहीं होता है, सिर्फ चोरी चकारी का काम होता है। कभी हम टेंडर बिजनेस में नहीं जाते। अगर आप हमारा कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन देखोगे तो इंडिया में लोएस्ट है। हमको कोई फंड का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, हमको किसी कैपेसिटी का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। अगर मार्जिन होता तो फिर हम जल निगम या कोई भी मिशन क्यों छोड़ते? व्हाई वी डोंट डू?
Right. So our payment terms, as you said, थोड़ा payment terms also are.
पेमेंट टर्म में माल कम भेज दिया, पैसा खिला के माल पास करा लिया, सब चोरी चकारी का बिजनेस है।
अच्छा।
हाँ, मेरे ख्याल हमारा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस सब चीज में बिलीव नहीं करता है। सो वी आर स्टे अवे फ्रॉम दिस टाइप ऑफ बिजनेसेस।
Sure, sir. Yeah, thank you so much for answering all the questions and all the best.
Thank you. We have the next question from the line of Mitul Shah from Reliance Securities. Please go ahead.
Sir, thank you for the opportunity and congratulations for a very strong performance on operating margins. The first question is again on EBITDA per ton for general structure, as you already highlighted in detail, but there is a big jump of nearly 900 rupees per ton on Q-on-Q basis despite volume being low. So sir, want to understand out of this 900 rupees, how much would be related to the pricing and how much is the raw material coming down? Because we also highlighted that raw material in general has gone up. So is it like that more than 900 we have covered from pricing only?
No, boss. Rightly, I am earlier saying कि हमारा मार्केट दो पार्ट पे बटा हुआ है। वन इज विद द प्राइमरी, वन इज विद द सेकेंडरी। और जैसा मैंने पहले भी बताया कि सेकेंडरी मार्केट अब प्रेशर में है, उसके कारण से हमारा पहले हम वी आर सेलिंग 75 तो सेकेंडरी का प्राइस होता था 55। नाउ दिस गैप इज कम डाउन टू 3-4,000 रुपीज टन। तो गैप जैसे जैसे कम होता है हमारा मार्जिन इस सेगमेंट में बढ़ता चला जाता है, क्योंकि वी आर एबल टू सेल मटेरियल ऑन आवर प्राइसेस।
Okay, sir. So primarily it is pricing power. The second question is on this railway modernization and airport related, where we mentioned nearly 25-30% is coming from this infrastructure segment. So sir, for these 9 months, how much would have been roughly from this railway modernization?
This railway, see, I mean, there is regular business which keeps on coming, which has been coming for last many years. What I highlighted was this new opportunity where these railway stations are being redeveloped.